this eye got pink eye, and then this eye went back for All Stars, and that was crazy. That was a crazy week, Heather. Yeah. No. Charcuterie board.
So, I want you
To go to a show and enjoy
to go
yourself.
to a drag show and tip a drag queen. Hey, y'all, it's me, Sapphira Cristál, and welcome to Sapphira. You may recognize my guests from our season of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's right, it's one of my sisters. Actually, it's my daughter.
Daughter mother.
One of my daughters. Whether you've seen her on stage, whether you've seen her belting Broadway hits, or even tasted her in the back room at the Manhattan Club. Please welcome Plasma.
Hello, mother.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, it's funny that you bring up Manhattan Club because these days I'm usually partying in Brooklyn.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that's why I wear crop tops and loose-fitting jeans with my Timberland boots.
But you're also wearing deodorant, so
Fair point.
wake that up.
Wake that up. Bring back the perfume challenge on Drag Race so these Brooklyn girls can, catch a whiff of what we're putting down. Literally.
The thing is, I don't want to catch a whiff of what they're putting down.
No, that's the point. Bring back the perfume challenge so that they can wake it up.
Yeah, they'll wake something up. I'll tell you what.
The drag queens from the Black Lagoon in Brooklyn.
So how have you been lately?
I'm good. I'm busy. I'm booked and blessed and busy and
Doing what?
I just really, as of the recording of this session, I just released my debut live solo album, Is Miss Thing On, which we recorded live over the summer at Joe's Pub.
Yeah.
And we only got 2 takes to get it right, and thank God we did.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm trying to follow in the footsteps of the girls who have come before me to release music that is near and dear to their hearts and to do something that I feel passionate about on the other side of Drag Race.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I got to listen to a little bit. I remember when it came out and I thought, okay, I'm listening to it. And then I went to check and it wasn't out yet still. And I was like, they said it's coming out tonight.
That's so funny. That's exactly what my mom said about me when I was 13. I was waiting for it to come out, and it wouldn't come out yet.
Yeah, the fact that you didn't come out until you were 13, or how old were you?
I was, to my parents, 13.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why she was saying, why hasn't it come out yet? It that, come out now.
Yeah. I mean, how was that? Because they knew, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
So how was your experience prior to coming out in your family?
Relatively uneventful. I mean, biggest non-surprise of the century, right? It's not like we're dealing with a magic trick here. We're not revealing anything that the audience didn't know was there.
Yeah, but you come from a very political family in Texas.
Yeah, very political, but on the other side of the publicly facing door of my family, lots of love and honesty and open communication and substantial support, which I know is like a luxury growing up queer anywhere, but specifically in the South, in the Bible Belt.
And specifically in Texas.
Girl, wake that up.
Where in Texas are you from again?
I'm from a town called I was born in Austin, and I lived there until my family and I lived there until we were I was about 8. And then we moved to a Northeast Texas town called Mount Pleasant, which is, I realized this the other day. I have a diagram. I can show you where in the state it is. Because, of course, Texas is shaped like, say it with me, kids, a gun. So if you point to on the map, Mount Pleasant is about right here. It's about an hour south of the Oklahoma-Texas border and an hour west of the Arkansas-Texas border, which is what I like to call...
How far from Dallas?
About 2 hours from Dallas. 2 hours
North of
east.
Dallas.
Northeast of Dallas. In a lovely little spot on the map that I like to call the Confederate corner of Texas, because God Almighty, we're living in different times over there. It's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Girl, there's still a monument to Confederate soldiers who fell for the Confederacy on the town square in my hometown.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What's the population?
15,600-ish people.
Oh, so not many people there anymore.
Not many people. I mean, larger than you would think for a town that's so backwards, like back in the day.
What's it like growing up in that place with your very loving, very communicative, very accepting family, but still growing up in that place?
It honestly, it felt, considering the person that I am now and the life that I live now, it felt, by comparison, very uneventful. I was never beat up. I was never thrown into a locker. I was never slushy. None of the Glee stereotype things happened to me. I was never hate crimed. But also I was a teacher's kid. My mom was a Spanish teacher on campus. And I think people respected my family because they knew we were political. And my granddad, who is the former lieutenant governor of Texas, also lived in that town. And
They just knew better.
I think they knew better.
Yeah.
Like wealthy, affluent white people in a small town full of white people who want to keep control in white circles. Like no one fucked with me, even though they knew that I was a big old capital A, capital F, capital Texas public school. You see, it's coming in handy. Yeah, I was a agate. That's exactly right. Now wake that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it must be nice to have big granddaddy have that sort of like. So were y'all like one of the most affluent families in the town?
I think so.
Or is the town very affluent?
I wouldn't say, like, we didn't live at the country club. There was like the country club crowd, and there were like all the girls who went to the, like everyone.
But those people were in that town.
Yes, there was very much like the golfing groups and the ladies who played bridge at the country club over lunches on Wednesdays.
It wasn't like Cleveland, Texas, or anything.
No, God, no.
It was pretty affluent.
It had a sect of people that very much took what they did very seriously, and it was always like did you ever hear about the Pilgrim Chicken Corporation? Pilgrims?
Yeah, the chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, they're based in the next town over from us.
Okay.
So like Beau Pilgrim, rest in hell or wherever he is, had a French chateau style mansion like 3 miles from my house. And it literally looked like Versailles. It was the Queen of Versailles, now running at the St. James. Well, by the time this airs, this might not be running anymore, but used to be playing at the St. James Theater with Kristen Chenoweth and the rest of her Republican friends. But it was this town that, like, the older I get, the more and more I realize that it was almost unspoken, but completely segregated.
Yeah.
I didn't have any friends of color, really.
Did you ever see people of color there?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the thing. But like the social circles that I was a part of weren't really like open to that. And like the social norms that we all accepted were very segregated. And like I went to school for musical theater in Oklahoma, so that wasn't that much better. But in the same school, doing all the same things, having all the same interests, there were, for the first time in my life, queer people of my age and interests, and people of color, and intersectional identities that weren't trapped in this town that felt ancient in comparison.
Yeah.
And so like, and then moving to New York, I realized I was like, oh my God, the reason that big cities are so progressive and so liberal is that we have to understand each other in order to live on the same block. And in Mount Pleasant, Texas, no one is forced to live with that kind of discomfort.
No.
So you're also from Texas, though.
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Yeah. What part of Houston? I've never asked.
I'm from 3rd Ward, also known as Riverside Terrace.
Okay, yes.
Very black neighborhood, very, I would say it's a mixed neighborhood, black and brown. But
Black and brown.
And I think more recently there's more white people who have moved to 3rd Ward.
Okay.
But the 3rd Ward is traditionally a very black neighborhood, but like sort of like a black middle class neighborhood. It wasn't like a ghetto of any sort. But, and I didn't realize a lot of things in my life until I left Texas, until I left Houston. I'd never really experienced a lot of racism. I didn't really experience much. If it happened, I didn't know it was happening.
That's exactly how I would describe my experience with racism.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I could have been a victim.
That does go to the question of like, because you lived in such a privileged upbringing, you didn't have to really deal with these difficult. You didn't, and neither did the people in your neighborhood or in your town have to deal with these difficult conversations or these difficult situations. Going from there into Oklahoma, where there's everyone. Did you ever bump and have any like rough times?
The closest experience I ever had to like being hate crimed was after rehearsal one night. We were doing the musical Cabaret on campus, and I played the lead. Thank you very much.
What lead?
I played the MC in Cabaret.
You could have been Sally Bowles. You gotta be more specific.
Girl, no, the only people who present masks who can play Sally Bowles are trans men. And I've decided there needs to be a production of Cabaret where Sally is trans mask. because there's this whole theme. I could go on a rampage and you know it, and that was a setup, and I won't fall for it. I won't. Not this time. Maybe this time you'll be lucky.
Okay.
No, but we were leaving rehearsal one night, and all the faculty that were rehearsing us and the cast, we got egged on Campus Corner. But it was like some dumb frat boys who wanted to like egg somebody. But that was the closest I ever got.
Yeah.
I'm serious when I say like I've lived a queer, privileged life, not only because of my family and because of where I grew up, but also like I have not lived some of the horror stories that still to this day are happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And like you hear about them on the news. I never experienced them firsthand.
Which is beautiful because
It is beautiful.
I having like learned these things about you, had noticed that and really realized that you and we, when we are not faced with someone saying, no, you can't do this, no, you aren't able to do this, or no, this isn't for you.
Yeah, or like how you see things is wrong.
Yeah, how there is this thing that never gets, there's this light in you that never got dampened. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about you, is that your light prior to moving to New York City, because New York City can dampen anyone's light. But your light prior to moving to New York City stayed so bright that even the dampening that might have come from, living in this city or whatever has happened since still leaves quite a bright light.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you have a bright light. And it's annoying to a lot of people, myself included. But
yeah, thank you. I think a lot of people don't buy that about me. I think that I'm seldom misunderstood because I just talk so damn much that people are forced to understand who I am and what I'm selling, because I'll yell at them if they try to run away. But I think that a lot of people see who I am on paper and think that the presentation of self that I'm offering them is a carefully curated persona, or it's based in this need to be lightened by the world that I'm trying to build around me. And it genuinely comes from, I had very supportive parents and very supportive family. I grew up around a lot of my extended family. And I realized, I say this in my family a lot. We joke that within my extended family, my little apple hit all of the right branches in the family tree on its way down to where I am. And I am, again, one of maybe millions of people who have that experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, but also I've met your family, your mom, hello. Talk about a support system. Was that always something that you felt like you had that support under you your whole life?
I will say that it's the same for me. It's I've had I have also, I'm significantly older than you. So I've had like my own share of dampening moments. But I had my mom when I was very young, and in my most formative years, she was just like, you can do whatever you want to do. You have to work for it. Yeah. But you can do it. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. Yeah. She always tells the story that when I was young, I always wanted to be something else. I wanted to be a firefighter. I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be this. I wanted to be that. And some of my family members were like, oh, no, you can't do that. Like, you should do this.
Yeah.
And she
Especially
was like,
wanting to go
don't
into
you
the arts.
dare tell my child what they can and cannot do.
Yeah.
You support them in whatever they say, because guess what? He is a child right now.
He?
Yeah. At the time, she misgendered. No. At the time.
Said the one allyship complaint I have about my mother is he. I don't know who he is.
Honey, my mom calls me she all the time now.
Shit, period.
And then she corrects herself, and I'm like, Mom, you're good.
Yeah, my mom will like run into people, and she'll like be talking about me or have my Instagram up or whatever, and someone will be like, are you Plasma's mom? And she's like, yes, I have 2 beautiful daughters. Like, totally. Yeah. Totally just like disregard for the binary. Yeah. And it's so beautiful.
And I've met your mother, and I met your father, and I thoroughly enjoy these 2 people. And actually, I have a really fun, a friend of mine, my aunt, an honorary aunt, one of my mom's best friends.
Yeah.
She went to lunch or dinner with your parents a couple months ago.
Wait,
and was
what?
like, do you know Plasma? I was like, yes. And she was like, well, her parents say hi. And I was
Can you imagine? Depending on the date, no, I don't know who that.
don't
I
know
hate
who
to
that
say it. I
bitch
hope
is.
I hope it don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who my sister is. She could be walking
No.
down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man. She was supposed to come and drag, whatever.
No, literally, and I have to apologize. You know what? I want to apologize here and now. I am so lucky and fortunate and grateful that I have been in a lot of drag recently in supporting this album and doing press and being booked. And we are in the rarefied air of the girls who are still on the books.
Yeah.
We are booked and we are solid and we're not going anywhere.
No.
And that is a blessing.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
Whew,
Girl, can you believe we were the last season to air our season of Drag Race, which, like, I know we have our own independent careers, but having the last season of Drag Race to air in this country before the administration changed,
Yeah.
the energy feels 100% different. Being in the public queer eye,
Yeah.
it's so. Do you feel this? Yeah.
I mean, everyone's so tired.
Yes.
Beyond being tired and so scared all the time. The fear mongering.
It's like,
Go to a drag show, have a good time.
yeah.
And this is not me saying that I don't want to hear it. If you want to tell me something, definitely feel free to do it. But I want you to go to a show and enjoy yourself. And that's really the reason why we do the shows.
You're doing an Uncle Sam flyer. I want you
to
go to a show and enjoy yourself.
To a drag show and tip a drag queen.
Auntie Sam, okay?
Auntie Samantha.
Auntie Samantha, Auntie Sapphira, okay? Samphira.
Okay, girl.
You know I let the joke go and then I take it one step too far.
And then she goes one too far.
Yeah, one too.
She loves to kill a joke. It's her favorite thing to do, actually.
It's okay, and then RuPaul killed my career. It's fine. I guess. Oh my God.
I don't think she killed your career.
Sorry, I
feel
meant
like
to say my time on whatever.
You know, your career blew up because of that.
That's true.
Honestly, there would be no justice for Plasma if you hadn't gone home when you did.
You know, that's true. I never would have been trending on Twitter for the only time in my life, I'm sure. If it hadn't been.
You'll trend again. And I'm sure you've trended since then. But, like, honestly, you say a lot of ridiculous things. So I'm pretty sure it's gotta happen.
Yeah, I'll trend when I am the first drag queen who ever goes back to my hometown and gets absolutely harassed. That'll be
like,
great.
oh, you didn't get harassed? Let me show you how it's going to happen.
Oh, honey, time to dim that light. Let's go home.
No, so do you feel like we as queer people who basically have had this wonderful upbringing, how can we be there for our, as queer people, sometimes everyone has their light dimmed and people are so jaded and or so injured.
Yeah. I think
one of the things that someone has said to me many times is, I don't believe that she's so stuck up. She's so into herself. And someone even said, I used to think that Sapphira was really not confident. What's the word that?
like cocky or yeah.
I thought that Sapphira was very cocky, but I realized watching, it was another podcast I had done, that this is what self-love looks like. And this is what real self-love is.
Yeah.
Like when you know yourself and you know that you deserve to talk to yourself and to talk about yourself positively.
Yeah, and also when something is precious, do you expose it to more harm or do you wrap it up sometimes to keep it safe?
Exactly.
Do you create distance between harmful things from your precious self?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to. I will also say what you were just saying about what would you tell people who think that, we're living in danger. I would say doing drag, especially in the public eye, but doing drag anywhere has been made into a political statement. I don't think partaking in queer activity and queer community and queer joy is political.
No.
Joy and community and activism within your own life for taking control of what you can control, like your joy, like how you spend your time and who you spend it with,
Yes.
is all an act of self-service that is so important. I feel like doing drag right now feels like we're hosting campaign organization events at the bar at 11 p.m. on a Thursday night in Hell's Kitchen. We're not doing that. Girl, drag was born out of a need for joy
Yeah.
and abandon of what the outside world looks like. That's the whole reason nightlife exists. It is to abandon the seriousness of what is outside.
Exactly.
And even though we are living in dampened times for dampened lights, or a time that seeks to dampen lights, that does not mean that joy cannot persist and action in favor of your own joy and your own life and your own laughter and silliness and irreverence can exist.
Yeah.
Go boldly in pursuit of those things now more than ever before.
Yes.
You don't have to be holding a sign from Mom Donnie to make sure that your voice is heard and that you feel welcome in your community. You don't have to be holding a sign for any political organization to feel at home and to feel safe and to feel representative of your own needs.
Speaking of Mom Donnie, you definitely did hold a sign and performed and said a few words, and you got to touch Mom Donnie, right?
Girl, that's exactly right. Yes, that's Mayor Mom Donnie.
Like shake.
Yeah.
His
Oh, I
hands.
thought you meant in his soul.
I'm sure you definitely touched his soul. Yeah.
Well, there's something to be said. Speaking of the vitriol,
How'd that come about?
his campaign reached out to me.
Yeah.
One of his campaign organizers, her name is Amelia. Hi, Amelia, was in Provincetown when I was doing my Barbra Streisand show there last summer.
Yeah.
And she came up to me after the show and was like, "You're wonderful. I saw you on Drag Race, but I didn't know that you actually were talented off screen." And I was like, "Thank you very much. I get that a lot. Thank you so much."
I didn't know you had real talent.
Yeah, I didn't know that you had ever experienced subtlety other than, once you got eliminated from Drag Race. But I was like, "Thank you so much." And she goes, "I work with the Mom Donnie campaign. We would be thrilled if you would love to help us organize or whatever." And I said, "Stop right there. Anything you need that I can offer you is yours. Let me know how I can help." Get back to the city. A couple weeks go by. We start engaging on this idea for an event or an idea for a cross collab on social media or something. And then the National Coming Out Day event comes up. And I got invited, and then I had passed along the information for local drag superstar Kiki Ball Change. And we went in drag for free to a campaign event in the rain on National Coming Out Day at the AIDS Memorial in the West Village in New York City.
Gorgeous.
And the fact that his campaign organized that and then invited queer voices from the city on international platforms, national platforms, local platforms, and every range in between, greater and smaller, to be a part of that event spoke all the volumes that I ever needed.
Yeah.
And he was so warm and welcoming and went out of his way to get photos with us and to speak to us and to shake our hands. And he came up in the middle of my speech, like through the crowd, to stand behind me while I spoke. And it just felt like, and then he watched my entire number in the rain, no umbrella. I was like, that is a man who actually is paying attention to what is happening before his very eyes and not living in Westchester, Mr. Cuomo.
No, that is a man who's going to get pneumonia.
Well, luckily the AIDS Memorial is right across the street from a hospital, honey. So he knew where he was going and he knew where he had to be afterwards. But it was a treat.
Pause.
You know what I care more about than any of this, actually? The comedic timing of this wig, which we should talk about Sasha Colby and Wigs by Hassoon, based in Los Angeles, California, for giving us both the gift of this Bernadette Peters ass wig on the Christmas tour last year.
I love that I did this, and you're like, I can't even control.
No, literally.
Her ADHD is crazy.
Baby.
This ADHD right here, as you've heard, is insane. I love it. It is very entertaining.
Wait, I'm going to come up with a different acronym for ADHD right here.
No, RuPaul called it HGTV. I said,
Slewfear, you got that HDTV.
no. She said, so why'd you do this? And I said, well, my ADHD really does get the best of me sometimes, and I sometimes can't control it. And she goes, you know what? I have HGTV too, and I can never figure out what I want to watch. And I was like, okay, mama.
Ru, don't figure out what you want to watch. I need you to figure out what you want to wear. Baby.
I love what she's wearing. If you've ever seen me, I love looking like I just rolled out of bed. So me and mama,
if you rolled
we're
out,
on together.
If you had just rolled out of bed out of her house, you would be dressed in orange, black, and white, and nothing else.
Well, yes.
Well, yeah. Well,
she wears blue and white sometimes.
that's the contacts. You mean? My favorite color is blue.
The Sapphira Show does not support any of the.
No RuPauls were harmed in the making of this podcast.
You know what I mean? So,
okay, wait.
you got music.
I do have music. I got the music in
so
me.
This album that you said you only did in 2 takes.
Yeah.
So you did one night and one another night.
We did 2 shows in one day.
Oh.
Yes, we had what we call in the theater community a two doche, which is dyslexic for two show day, and it. Say it back. No.
A two doche.
A two doche. We had one two doche at Joe's Pub on July 28th, 2025. And we had a show at 7 p.m. and a show at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And I was fresh off a run of a show in Provincetown. My voice was exhausted. I went on vocal rest for 2 days.
Gotta be exhausting.
Yeah, it was terrifying because we had the date booked months in advance because Joe's Pub is popular, even in the dead season of July, right after Pride. No one's in the city, dead zone. That was the date that we could get.
Yeah.
And because we wanted to release it this year around the fall. So I did my show in P-Town. I had lost my voice by the end of that run because it's a Barbra Streisand show and I had a margarita after. So I wasn't taking care of my voice. Came back.
She's 26?
27.
She's 27 now, but she was 26 then.
I've learned.
She's living her life, and I love that for her. We'll have talks.
Yeah. we'll have something to drink that's water. I came back to New York. I had 2 days of vocal rest and rehearsal, which I don't know how I managed both of those at the same time. And then we recorded both shows on the same day in one night because that's what Joe's Pub had available and that's what worked with our schedule. I flew in a recording engineer from down south. His name is Alex Grippo. He works with Sammy Ray and the Friends. If you know that band, they're phenomenal. And we did it. We had 2 takes of every song. The bits in between were different. I didn't have enough time to script out the show, which honestly I think helps me think lighter on my feet.
Anyway.
Yeah.
For you especially.
Yeah, and reading the energy of the room and not feeling beholden to a set script.
Exactly.
Yeah, in cabaret is really nice. So yeah, the album is 21 tracks long. There are pieces from both shows that we thought shone through. We have songs that are mixes of the 2 shows put together. It's all live. It's a 7-piece band hired out of Brooklyn, New York. And
is it
the Benjamin Young Band?
Benjamin Young Band?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of orchestrating. I have an original track on the album, which was co-written by myself and my friend Ryan Jacobs, who is a future musical theater Broadway composition star. Seriously, he's wicked brilliant. And I say it on the album, but I didn't know if there would ever be a pair of ears, even one ear on earth, that would ever want to hear another queer person screaming into the void or having an outward manifestation of queer art or exploration or vulnerability or vocal trials and testimonials and tribulations that were recorded in a way that there is no hiding. There is no sitting in an editing room and stressing about one auto-tunable sound. It's not computer generated. It is certainly not AI slop. It is completely autonomous to what my body is able to do.
Yeah.
And that I feel like is where queerness has always had to exist because we've always had to live in the uncapturable reality of presence with each other.
Yes.
So that was my goal is jazz is oftentimes gatekept by, it was very much a white listening form in the 50s when it was really capitalized by white people who wanted to capitalize on people of color who invented the damn thing. And then in the 20s and 30s when it was invented down south in New Orleans by people of color, by black people, it was a form of sharing community with each other. And obviously I'm not a black person.
And
I am
covering up all the sounds of the prostitutes screaming.
Well, and that was one of the goals of Is Miss Thing On, and I'm glad you brought that to our attention.
That was the founder of jazz.
Was it really?
Yeah, playing at the brothels. That's where jazz originated.
Brothel, wherefore art thou? Bring back brothels.
Bring back brothels. Bring back my brothels. Okay, but yeah,
but it's a love letter to all of the inspirations that have been stifled or snuffed out over the years that deserve new relevance and new conversation and new vulnerability that can't be captured on an AI-generated Instagram post.
Yeah, you would described it as a musical diary.
Yes. Yeah. It's very diaristic. It's very it's mostly, except for the one original song, it's music that has existed for generations. Some of it's Broadway, some of it's American songbook, some of it's classic jazz. Hopefully, if you guys, if whoever is listening to this goes and listens to it, I hope that you'll know some of it, and I hope that some of it you will have never heard of, even a mention, a whisper of it in your life so far. And that is the goal, is to reintroduce, reinvent, and sometimes restore greatness and knowledge of things.
Yeah.
It's also something that's brilliant about drag, is accessing reference points that other people will have thought are forgotten.
Yeah.
That will always be special to us.
Do you have any like desires for your music, or just for not even just this album, but for music in the future for you? Like, what's next for you in music world?
Yeah, I would still love to be on Broadway. I'm a Broadway baby, which is the opening number of my set. Thank you very much. Of the album.
And I heard recently you said to be the Broadway queen, you probably need a Broadway credit.
Baby. Okay, so speaking about the future, I'm sure that you've had this conversation with many a person in this chair and outside in the real world. But the conversation around returning to a specific television program to win a specific title that we have already vied for and lost, the two of us sitting here today. One of us hotly contested. But to hold ourselves just to the standard of something that we're already known for is limiting to us.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Do I have the most immense, tremendous respect for my time on the program? Absolutely. I know you have the same. To call myself a Broadway queen and to not have been on Broadway is just saying that I am a queen, which we all, I think, already knew. So it's not like I want to go back with something added. I want to go back with an extra credential that verifies what I know I was put on this earth to do, which is perform in front of people, specifically in New York and probably in Jinx Monsoon's leftover clothes.
Like, the fact that you think you could fit in her clothes is crazy. I love that for you.
I'll have to take it in, of course.
Do you have any dream collaborators?
You know, we did that one thing that one time, which went off pretty well, you know, Drag Race.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about doing music together for a while, actually.
Yeah, well, and we were gonna, I was gonna come feature in your 54 Below show.
Feature in my show.
Yeah, and I
got sick.
I did get sick.
Double pink eye.
Yeah, I literally got double pink eye, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
It's at that Manhattan Club, honey. Just in the back rooms
at
the
Brothels.
Manhattan Club.
Bring back Brothels.
Bring back my pink eye. Bring back my conjunctivitis.
Oh my God. Yeah, this eye got pink eye, and then this eye went back for All Stars, and that was crazy. That was a crazy week. No, but when you sent me a reference with, who was it? It was Bing Crosby and Pearl Bailey.
Yeah.
And that was the song that you wanted us to do at 54 Below. And I still want to do it. I do have this dream in the near future, you know.
Simple Life, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Was it Bing Crosby? I don't think it was Bing Crosby.
Was it? It was.
Look up Pearl Bailey, Simple Life.
Pearl Bailey and someone, Fred Astaire, you know, one of those frail white men in the 50s.
It was a name that I was not as familiar with.
Yeah.
Andy Williams.
It was Andy Williams and Pearl Bailey. Give me the Simple Life.
Yeah.
And I still want to do that. I'm still dreaming of the day that Jinx and I get to do Get Happy, Happy Days Are Here Again.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Judy and Barbara.
That'd be
I mean,
lovely.
that's, you know, that's like the perfect example in my mind of taking the gift that is the platform of Drag Race and expanding upon what that teaches you into something that you have always wanted to do personally without any other outside influence or manipulation.
Exactly.
So like that's on my list. My next dream, if I ever were to do more recorded music, is to do an album that is split in half only to the people on the inside working on it. And by split in half, I mean one half of the discography is covers of songs that are so niche and so lost to history and to the music world that no one will remember who wrote them. And the other half is all original new music that I've written or written with other people. So that the line between what has already existed and what is brand new and fresh is completely blurred. But it all sounds like it comes from one era, from a unified perspective, from a singular artist's point of view. Because I believe that, I mean, you and I both do drag that is sometimes older than us, right? Like the reference point. And I love the saying, everything old is new. There's a song called Everything Old is New Again. And that's my perspective of, there are so many things that were lost to time because they excluded people. Excluded queer people, black people, brown people, trans people. Oh my God. People without privilege.
People without money.
People without money, people without status in this Anglo-Saxon environment that we've created all over the Western civilization. So reinventing and reopening the threshold of that kind of material that has influenced so many of us in queer circles, in music circles. Reopening the access to everyone is something that I'm very passionate about. So I don't have a simple answer for anything you're going to ask me, but you probably already knew that when you invited me.
I already knew that. It's very easy. Just ask her one question, you get a whole hour.
I'm like, how long do we have to space? Oh, we got to go.
Yeah. What role do you want on Broadway?
Adelaide and Guys and Dolls.
Okay.
But it needs to be Guys and the Dolls.
And Guys and the Dolls.
Guys and the Dolls. Like all the guys, we have had enough of this gendered Guys and Dolls where all the men are men and all the women are frail. Like truly, it's over. We need the guys to be butch lesbians and trans men, and we need the dolls to be drag queens and the dolls, the trans divas.
Yeah.
And that is it comments on gender without ever having to change a line. That's what a Broadway revival should do.
Yeah.
So that I want to see an all gay, completely reckless, A Little Night Music, Sondheim.
Oh, I love A Little Night Music, and I want to be.
Can I tell you who I think you are?
Who?
I think you're Charlotte.
Really?
Yes. Because I can see you looking at your husband and going, that's a comforting thought to take with me to town, dear. Might just keep me from cutting my throat on the tram and wanting to kill that son of a bitch dead.
Yeah.
Because you've got the bite. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've always seen myself as Desiree's mother.
As a lovely Leonora Armfeldt. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, okay, so wait.
What's happening
I might have it actually. I think you might be Desiree because I think Leonora needs to be Billy Porter or Andrea Shields. Like the queen who could tell us stories from times we wouldn't even believe.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Andrea Shields is, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm Petra. I'm just getting fucked in the stables while y'all throw food at each other.
Yeah.
It's a quick no, truly.
And I shall marry the miller's son.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's the dream right now.
Yeah.
Is like queer coding everything. I mean, look what happened. Look at the success of The Company Revival by Marianne Elliott.
Yeah.
Where all of the gender ideologies were completely thrown out the window. Look how successful that was. Look how much more access that provided to people who wanted to be there and had never been invited.
Yeah.
That's what I want out of the American theater.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Would there be any time in your theater life that you can recall that fundamentally changed how you see yourself as a drag performer?
Oh, yeah. I went from playing Otto Kringeline in Grand Hotel, the musical, in college, straight into summer stock theater, straight into playing the MC in Cabaret that fall. And it was, my grandmother was in the decline of her Parkinson's journey at the time. And it was the first role where my whole family hadn't come to see me. Again, tremendous privilege. In my family and in their support for me. But I remember thinking, this is the first experience where it's not a participation award. And this show means something. This show it was also in the fall of 2019. We were gearing up for the presidential election between Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
And it was and during the rehearsal process, there was an anti-Semitic vandalism on a nearby piece of art of a Jewish person near campus. And it was very public and very, like, it suddenly felt like we had been, through no choice of our own, thrown into a political show.
Yeah.
And Cabaret has always been political. Hello, look at the material.
Yeah.
But feeling like at 20 years old, that I had an impact and that I was painting false brows. And I was doing a full head over heels somersault into a character that I didn't understand because I had never lived as violently or as boldly or as courageously as them. I had too much privilege.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had always been safe. And so realizing in that moment, like, yes, I'm playing the lead and I won the lead and I auditioned for it and I got the part. And then realizing I am in no way qualified. to do this. A lot of this feels right, and this is a stepping stone into something else. But I am in no way qualified to tell this story yet.
Yeah.
And so Plasma comes from a place of things that I feel qualified to talk about, which is the love I have for niche references from back in the day that my family taught me, and Broadway, and the light sort of showgirl fantasy of that, the escapism, and the silliness and the goofiness and the lightheartedness.
Yeah.
I'm a very deep person. You know this. You're a Libra, I'm a Scorpio. We feel things. And knowing in that moment, like, I don't understand this, and it's going to be okay. And one day I might.
Yeah.
Hopefully I never have to understand what this character
This feels
lived.
like, yeah.
But yeah, that cabaret informed a lot of where I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the pansexuality of that character. I'm just gay.
You're just gay.
I'm just gay.
Like, I'm not trying to get up in no coach.
I don't fly coach. I fly Delta Comfort Plus. Thank you very much.
I fly first class.
Charcuterie board.
So, conspiracy, baby. Let me tell you something. We're gonna play a little game.
I love to play games.
Okay, Plasma. We're gonna play a game. It's called Conspiracy Corner. Many of you might know that I am a conspiracy enthusiast. Yes, not a conspiracy theorist, but a conspiracy. I'm not talking about, like, the moon being made of cheese or JFK's assassination. I'm talking about the real conspiracies.
The conspiracies.
The ones that are actually real. So, Plasma, won't you please join me in the Conspiracy Corner?
I'd love to.
As we're about to discuss one of my favorite plausible theories.
Plausible, even.
Plausible.
One of these plausible conspiracies I keep hearing about.
Shut the fuck up.
My whole job is to talk into a microphone. You tell me to shut the fuck up. Mixed signals, honey.
Today we're going to discuss the fact that birds aren't real.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but between 1959 and 1971, the United States government exterminated all the birds and replaced them with look-alike drones to spy on citizens. The drones charge themselves by sitting on electrical wires and poop on cars as a means to track their locations. The creator of the theory has since claimed it was all satire, but that's what the government would want us to think, isn't it? Now, Plasma, have you ever looked up in the sky and seen a bird fly and think, oh shit, who's watching me?
Strangely, yes, I have a very distinct memory of one such a moment.
Oh, please do tell.
Yeah, so I just mentioned my grandma who passed when I was in college a couple months later. We're in Oklahoma. We're in the middle of a landlocked state. Very dry. It's almost as dry as your vagina. And I looked up into the sky in Norman, Oklahoma, and I saw a seagull.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, oh, that's my grandmother, because her special place was Rockport, Texas at the beach.
Oh, nice.
And I was about to have an emotional moment because I believe like nature brings things to you to remember people, and people visit you in strange ways. Another conspiracy for another day. But I was about to lose my shit. I was about to like have a meltdown, getting emotional. And then that bird shat straight out of the sky. And I just thought to myself, that's a real bird, and that couldn't have been planned by the government, because that was a very special shit to me.
Well, you thought it was your grandmother, but you didn't realize that it was a government plant.
Now, okay, so I
don't think the government took your grandmother's soul and put it in a bird. What I do think...
Wait, so now I'm confused.
Because I feel like you didn't hear what I said.
Oh,
the government replaced all birds with drones.
No, but see, I thought my grandmother's soul had been put into, through spirituality, mind you.
Yeah, of course, yes.
A landlocked seagull in the skies in Oklahoma. But what you're telling me is that all of the birds, every single bird.
Every bird. Birds are not real.
Okay, so explain chicken.
What do you mean?
Chickens are birds, and you eat them. Are you eating drones?
Yes. But chickens can't fly, so no.
What about a peacock?
So all airborne birds.
Okay.
Chickens and peacocks and turkey can't do nothing. They can't get around.
Turkeys can't fly?
No.
Oh.
They're too big. They're. Have you ever seen a flying turkey?
Well, not yet, but I keep my mind open to possibilities. No, there's got to be an edible flying bird.
No.
Oh, wait. Except,
eagles.
That's what I was about to say. I don't think the government would touch the bald eagle. Because I don't think the government would touch a bald eagle, because they are sacred in this God-fearing democracy that we live in, and this right-winging, eagle-worshiping country.
That's why they killed them all.
Yeah, or they're hiding them all in national parks that they're also trying to deforest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that they took all the eagles as well because they actually fly the fastest and the highest. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Those are the ones that they used to,
Typical American democracy, protecting the predator birds.
Yeah, exactly.
There, wake
the birds
that
of
up.
what?
Prey. The birds of prayer. Okay.
Birds of prayer. Okay.
Okay. Do we have another?
I mean, what is your favorite conspiracy?
Oh. This is not going to surprise anyone, but Marilyn Monroe was killed.
Was she not?
No, it was ruled a suicide because she had a drug and alcohol problem. But
They always have a drug and alcohol problem.
yeah, it was 1962 in Los Angeles, California. If you didn't have a drug and alcohol problem, you probably were living in a different zip code.
Yeah.
Like, wake up,
What?
Pearl. Like, I had the unfortunate displeasure of seeing the movie Blonde.
Yeah.
Did you see that movie?
No.
Horrific, horrible, mind-bogglingly offensive cinematography. I would not recommend it to anyone unless you have a very strong stomach and you hate women. I would not ever watch that movie again. There is a scene in it, though, that freaked me the absolute fuck out for a conspiracy-related reason.
Okay.
There was a scene that they shot in Marilyn Monroe's real house, which I find incredibly distasteful.
Yeah.
If you hadn't already figured out that I despise the movie. They shot it in her house, and it's her having a nightmare and getting up out of bed in a dark room because she thinks someone's in her house. And they shoot it in night vision. And they follow her. They follow Ana de Armas playing Marilyn, wrapped up in a sheet, wandering through her house, like totally groggy. And then they pan over, and there's a CIA agent in all black that she cannot see because it is pitch dark. And they shot it in night vision, but it's Secret Service in her house, silent. And she comes up like right up on them, can't even tell that they're there. And like, there's also a conspiracy. So that freaked me out. Like the visualization of that possibility of being real really freaked me out. There's another conspiracy that Marilyn, who was very politically savvy and smart, and a lot of people discredit her for that, even to this day, with all the information out there about her.
She's the reason why Ella Fitzgerald became famous.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because she invited Ella Fitzgerald. No, Ella Fitzgerald wanted to sing at a club, and the club wouldn't hire her because she was black. And Marilyn said, if you hire her, I'll come to every single performance and sit in the front row.
And she did.
And she did. And what? But there's
And they became very good friends after that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
There's a story, there's a conspiracy that when Marilyn was seeing the Kennedys, because she
was seeing the Kennedys?
Well, so she
was with
there was apparently she had an affair with JFK and then RFK, his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not at the same time. Not as well.
No,
Who knows?
I thought you were saying she was that JFK and Miss Onassis.
Miss Onassis.
What's her?
Jacqueline Kennedy.
JFK and Jackie were in a throuple with
Marilyn. Talk about bring back brothels, honey.
Well, what if that was the case? I doubt it.
Cold case, because no one wants to get into that.
That's a conspiracy, honey.
No, but okay, wait. So there was a conspiracy that Marilyn was very outspoken at like nuclear testing sites with the Kennedys because she was invited, because she was, of course, a privileged public figure and was invited at the Kennedys' request. And she apparently was like very outspoken. Right, this is right before the Cold War.
Yeah.
So America's like arms strength and all that. And Marilyn apparently was like, "This is barbaric. This is not right. Why do we need this kind of weaponry? This is not good for anyone." And of course, the Kennedys, who were power hungry, didn't like that. And so Marilyn, like, with the influences of drugs and alcohol, like, became a little bit loose-lipped.
Yeah.
And so the conspiracy is that because she was smarter than anyone gave her credit for, had the largest public platform in the world, and also was like guilty by association of having, committed adultery with the first family, that they killed her.
Yeah.
And I don't think it couldn't be true. There's also some funny like fiddling with her death records from the night of. I won't get into that. But I love that conspiracy.
Yeah, that's quite a deep one, honey.
Yeah, well, it's not as deep as birds, of course.
Well, birds, they're just not real, so they're not that deep.
Yeah.
So we have some viewer mail. Also, they're kind of small,
Right. Except for those turkeys, those land-faring birds.
Maybe they're very large.
Yeah, they leave those as real birds just to keep us guessing. That's the conspiracy part. That's what I'll add.
So we come to the very special part of my episode where I like to hear from you, the viewer. If you feel like you want to ask me or my special guest any questions, make sure you write our. We've come to the part of the show where we ask questions from you, the viewer. Now, if you feel like you want to ask a question to me or my special guest, make sure you write our show, all right? We love you. So our first question is, fuck, marry, kill. F, marry, kill. It's from Garbage Elf.
Oh,
Your
hi.
season of Drag Race. F, marry, kill. It's a lot of people. It's like 14 of us. So.
Yeah, well, I'd fuck Rue for the money.
I think it means...
Oh, the girls?
Yeah, the girls.
Oh.
I'll do this one too.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I don't have to. I don't need to volunteer to...
Why would you volunteer as tribute? This is the Hunger Games, honey.
Yeah. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, God almighty.
There's also 14 of us. I don't know why we were given all
You know,
of them.
this is in drag or out of drag?
You decide.
Yeah, Goblin Elf Trash or whatever your name was. Is this in drag or out of drag? I'm going to say out of drag because that's the majority of the time we spent together on the show.
Yeah, out of drag.
I said it back then and I'll say it again. I think Q is a cute boy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so
Q.
I would,
Q's
and also, you know what? I would marry Q, even though she's married. I would marry her again because in Kansas, who cares? And I would bribe her for my love with new garments and new things. Because that's what every healthy marriage is based
Bribe
on.
her.
Bribery.
You just suck her dick because you'd be married.
Well, see, you already see it. Yeah.
I don't think you understand how marriage works.
No, I sure don't. Does someone want to marry me so I can find out? Fuck. No, I would say I would marry Q. I would. I'd fuck Morphine because how fun would that be?
Okay.
Because Morphine is the most fun person on earth. You
Yeah.
have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would kill.
Top or bottom for morphine? Aren't you a bottom?
I am a bottom. In the competition. I'd let Morphine fuck the shit out of me.
Yeah.
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 I love you, girl. Let's do it. And then I would kill. I'd probably kill Plain just because it's fun.
I mean, that's such a boring answer.
Easy answer.
We
You-
already knew what
Oh,
the
you know who I'd
answers
kill?
were.
I'd kill Mirage because shut the fuck up. What do you mean getting eliminated was that devastating? Girl, just get off the stage. Charlie, do something. Get off the stage. Get out of here. We got more episodes to film, girl. We gotta go home.
I'd probably fuck everyone.
You sort of did with the way you won everything. You fucked us all up. Nymphio with those damn balloons, she got you fucked up. And that was the only time that someone stood in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm
She
serious.
didn't even stand in front of me.
No, I mean like in the competition,
yeah.
someone who stood out further than you. All of us to this day, most of us in the cast, we're all like, we until we saw those motherfucking balloons, we were all like, I hope Nimby has fun.
Yeah.
I hope it's fun for her. We know it's gonna be yellow. What else can it be? And then it was
And
balloons.
It was yellow.
Yeah.
But
like-
also, like, it's funny because I talk about this often. Like, when I think about that moment, I knew the balloons were coming. I already saw her preparing, so I knew they were happening. And when it happened, I said, oh, that's kind of early. And I was like, I remember thinking, bad timing. All right, girl, I'm about to eat this.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Knuckle crack. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like,
God damn
oh,
it.
okay.
God almighty.
I don't see myself a lot. So, you know.
That's when you know. When you look at the judges panel and all four of them are looking at the other person, that's when I knew I was cooked. I was crawling up on the ground, girl. I've never been so low in my life. Literally below sea level on the stage, trying to make eye contact with one judge.
Oh, then. Well,
Yeah.
see, for me, they were so far, you couldn't even see them.
Oh, I guess that's true because of the different stage. Oh,
Couldn't even
yeah.
see them.
Forget it.
You couldn't see what they were
Yeah.
looking at.
All right, so let's ask it here and now. Would you go back?
Would I go back?
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Like as soon as they called you? Like first time? Like, hey, Sapphira, we were yes, I'm back. Like that's you. You want to go back as soon as humanly possible?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
I definitely want to go back.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Second question, asked by Mary Contrary.
Hi, Mary Cuntrary.
What's your dream Broadway role? I already asked this.
Yeah. I would say right now it's Adelaide and Guys and Dolls. Or if I had to play a boy on Broadway, I'd love to. I'd love to do a new role. There's an up and coming musical called Becoming Nancy, which is about a boy in high school who gets cast as Nancy in his high school's production of Oliver. That's me.
Yeah.
That, or I want to play Emily in The Devil Wears Prada, the musical.
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I feel that.
Yeah.
What's one thing you've never told anyone before, asked by your inner voice?
What's one thing I've never told anyone?
You've told a lot of people a lot of things.
Actually, I have one. Randomly, strangely.
What is that?
About every other day of my life, I contemplate getting a nose job. I don't think I ever will, because it reminds me of my mother, which is what sort of like talks me off the ledge of that. But seeing so much of myself and trying as hard as I can to not be a complete full-fledged narcissist, I observe a lot of edited realities that tell me that the face that I was given is not the face that I should have, which I think is the trap of living in an age where everyone has access to everyone else, which means that there will always be someone prettier than you. And so it's just like a mind game that I play with myself. I think I'm very cute. I think I'm attractive. The older I get, I think I age with grace. And I think that, I'm 27. It's not like I'm, Albus Dumbledore over here, because I'm not transphobic. But it's something that I think once I played Barbara on the show, I realized that I had a purpose behind the shape of my face. And if it came to me through the godsend of Barbra Streisand, then so be it. What an incredible godsend.
She's still alive.
No, I know.
Okay.
Thank
you, Barbra Streisand.
Conspiracy. Barbra Streisand has never been alive.
Conspiracy. Yeah, she's definitely dead.
No, don't say it.
No. We love Barbra Streisand. She's totally alive, along with her 19 cloned puppies. Plasma, I've had a blast with you today.
Me too, girl.
You're just such a ball of joy.
Thank you.
I would say. And I hope that you never lose that. I hope that you always keep that joy. And I hope that if anyone ever, I want you to remember, because I see that you're really, you are always like, does anyone want to have sex? Or does anyone want to date me? Does anyone want to date me? Honestly, I want you to, whenever you decide to date someone, it to be the person that allows you to be the you that you are. And at no point, if at any point you feel like this person's trying to dim your light, you leave. I want you to leave.
I think actually, I was talking with my roommate about this, because she's my best friend on earth and we tell each other everything. And I was talking about how it seems so easy for other people to fall in love or fall out of love or, be attractive to other people. And I've started to realize, I'm 27. I've never been in a serious relationship. I've never been in love before. I have felt the most tremendous, boundless love. Not in a romantic way or a sexually, chemistry-fused way, but I have known some of the most prolific love in the world. And if I lose sight of my gratitude for that kind of love, I'm never going to have a proper scope of the love that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to rebalance myself in those pursuits these days.
Yeah.
I hope the same for you.
And the second you find it, the second you stop looking for it, it'll find you.
No, I know, but I just can't stop fucking looking for it.
Yeah.
I just got my contacts prescription upgraded so I can keep looking for it even sharper.
No, I really want you to remember, just maybe one of the reasons that you're not finding it is because that person is not ready for you yet.
And they're going to have to really be ready to buckle up.
They're going to have to be.
Yeah.
You're going to need a very strong person because you are a very, very bright light.
Honestly, translucent at this point.
Very, very.
Reflective.
Honey.
Yeah. You are a very, very bright white.
Ow. Stop, please. But I love you so very much. What's next for Plasma? You have anything else coming up? I know you got this album.
I have this
which
album.
Is it's a banger, honey. Like, especially if you love the American Songbook, if you love Broadway hits. I love your voice in it. You've got my good friend, J. Harrison G.
That's true. Tony and Grammy Award winner, J.
Tony
Harrison
and
G.
Grammy Award winner. And the funny thing about Jay is that do you know Jay's drag name?
I did, but
Crystal Demure.
Well, yeah.
Jay's Crystal Demure. And Crystal Demure and I once did like a drag competition, but it was only for live singers.
Oh, thank God.
It was somewhere in the around here.
Yeah.
And I remember I had to sing, and I just was like, this person, she's so sweet, so talented, so amazing, and just a voice that sounds like butter.
Oh.
No matter what, it is an even tone. I love J. Harrison G.
Just gorgeous. She threw a little growl on our track together. We sing "That's Life," the duet version.
Yes.
On the album, and she threw some of the most righteous, like, not even growl. It's like she lit a fire under her chords and she let the smoke out. It's so rich.
It's very rich.
Yeah, and I remember seeing them in just Some Like It Hot, and that's the kind of shit I'm looking for on Broadway. Take something that everyone has had one experience with. The tremendously transphobic plot of Some Like It Hot from 1959. Marilyn Monroe, Jack Lemmon, all of them. And you turn it into something that invites people to the table. You turn it into a story about transness and queerness and acceptance and an abundance of love and empathy that will carry a relationship through someone else discovering something more wonderful about themselves. Yeah. That's the kind of relationship that I think queerness brings to every art form it touches.
Yes,
drag brings to everyone it touches. It's one of the most grateful reasons I have to be friends with you, friends with all the girls from our season, but specifically, mostly you. It's like we all were touched by the goddess RuPaul with the opportunity to create more love for each other and for everyone who gets to share that with us.
Well, I love our love.
I love our love.
Like I said, what's next for you? What's coming up in 2026?
I don't know yet. By the time this airs, I hope to have a clear semblance of a plan. My dreams are lofty, as they always have been.
What are they?
I'd love to do a jazz club tour. I don't want to tour in more. I would love to go back to all of the queer establishments that have hired me over the last 3-4 years of my career. Loved every second. My next goal is to bring what I do and how I sing to jazz venues and play with jazz bands and play the standards and fuck them up.
Yeah.
And to bring drag into another medium that respects other people doing something outlandish.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want to do Broadway, of course. I just had my first audition for an actual legitimate bona fide Broadway show a couple weeks ago.
Yay.
I think it went well. I went in and the director behind the table didn't recognize me out of drag. And I knew at that point, I was like, I've really done something. I have a career. I'm noteworthy, at least in a room full of people that matter to me.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So I'm going to continue putting my faith in people who matter. And I'm going to see where that leads me because it's never led me astray.
Yay.
What about you? What do you have coming up?
This isn't about me. What's your...
It's literally a podcast called Sapphira.
They'll find out a lot about me.
Oh, yeah.
But
also, I didn't even say congratulations on your podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, you already have an incredible lineup in your debut season of it. Seriously, it is noteworthy. It is astoundingly talented.
Thank you.
Not to mention that you're hosting it, so it's just elevating on elevation.
Thank you, my love.
Of course.
Where can our listeners find you on social media?
You can find me on social media on Instagram at PlasmaNYC, on X, formerly known as Twitter, Plasma_NYC. TikTok is the same. And Venmo is PlasmaNYC. Thank you very much.
One of my favorite things someone said is I dead named Twitter because Elon Musk dead names his daughter.
Oh, wake that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call it Twitter, honey.
Yeah, if people can dead name people, I can dead name your stupid ass corporation.
So you can find me on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. You can also find my debut live album Is Miss Thing on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere you stream music.
I'm so happy to have had you, Plasma. I love you so much. And I'm so happy that you joined us in this wonderful conversation. I love you so much, and I want you to always to remember to love.
Wait, can I do it? I know it. I want you to take both hands and I want you to wrap them around yourselves. And I want you to give yourself a tight hug and repeat after me. I truly love and accept myself. Now say it again and mean it. I truly love and accept myself. That's right, GLAAD Awards. Thank you so much for being here.
Always remember to truly love and accept who you are, where you are. Always remember to truly... Always remember to truly... Wait, what?
Y'all didn't see this, but before the show, we had Caesar salads for dinner.
Okay. Always remember to truly accept who you are, when you are, where you are, how you are. You are perfect today. Have a great night.